Okay, we're back in the saddle, and here we are. This is the hot seat match. The winner of this is guaranteed the finals in second place. The loser is guaranteed third, and will play the winner of the match between David White and Scott Haas. The loser will play that one. And then whoever's left out of that bunch will play for the title in a one-set final. This is double elimination until the finals. So here we go. This is a race to 6. This is the last race to 6 we'll see. This is the finals of the winners bracket. Shaun breaks in a couple balls up top, which has been his custom, but he's kicked down into the pit here. He's made 3 balls. He's made 2 lows and a high, and he still has his option as to whether to play the highs or the lows. Shaun plays in that combination and has a very attractive scoring opportunity to get out on top 1-0 in this match with Blackburn. James and Shaun are both fine young players, good guys. James is from North Carolina, and Shaun is from Haverty Grace, Maryland. Known Shaun since he was real young man, just starting to play on these tours, and he's really a credit to our sport. Shaun is sponsored on tour by Lucchese Hybrid Cues, the Blackheart Tips, Lights Out Apparel. That was as cut and dried as the law allows. Break and run for Wilkie, and he takes a 1-0 lead. This is an alternate break format, and Shaun played nearly flawless pool in his previous win over Steve Fleming this morning, and is just looks like he's in dead stroke. James Blackburn, we were watching him Friday night, and he was hitting a mighty good on this alcove table, this 9-foot diamond they have. We're at Peninsula Billiards here in Newport News, Virginia, and James and his good friend and partner Jim Kelly, just sweethearts, individuals. Jim and I were trying to get involved in a little corporation to buy James in this player auction, but the price was a bit expensive. Well, these balls kind of sat funny. You have a 4-ball cluster, and on the left rail there, the 12, 13, 2, and 6 are nasty. In fact, the only clear shot James seems to have is the 10. The 10 ball that's straight in. all the other shots aren't even really available. He'd be trying to do something with this to potentially break up some cluster if he pockets the 10. Plus his another ball is locked up down here with another 3-ball cluster. It's a unusual layout. Not the cut and dried thing that Wilkie faced. So here we go. James he's in a tough spot because he doesn't really have much of a safety play, even if he makes a ball or two. He'll be playing back to the 14 ball, I think, which is nestled on the top rail near the center diamond. Kind of quick stroke that ball. That wasn't. But he didn't really hurt himself that much. Shaun has a 6-ball. He might come back 2 cushions and disturb that too. Oh! This shot, he might be playing the 7 thin and coming 2 rails, splitting the 4 and the 5. This 2-ball is just, well, that's a hanger. He's subject to try to draw his ball off the bottom rail into those balls with the 3, but that's a real risky shot. That's why he dropped his stick. He knows there's a risk. But he should be playing a punch right-hand ball into those 5-7. This 7-ball would probably avail him nothing. This is the shot for the meat right here. He's a little flat angled on the ball, if anything. He's going to try to play the 3-ball and go into the 7 and try to play the low left ball and break that cluster up. If he plays it 3-7 pattern. But he's still maybe on the 50-yard line as to what he wants to do. This shot is tricky if he tries to. Okay, this makes sense. He get a little better angle on it. Where he's going to try to lay down on the short side of it. Rick Scarlato is next to me, and he kind of nodded his head in agreement on this. Went that way. Okay. That was good, too. He's been playing very, very nice pool. He played nearly perfect. All runouts against Steve Fleming. It was as good a match as I've seen him play. Does he play for the same pocket? That's awfully tight. Yeah, he had to bump it. Come back low right on the inside, and that way he can only push the 11 to the right. I went and missed the ball. Well, he got maybe caught watching the cue ball. They all miss him sometimes. Even guys you don't think are going to miss. Got to be ready to play when it's your turn. That's curious. Same pocket. That's a strange ball to play for a key ball. Go the full distance to it. Get a little straight on this ball. But James Blackburn answers the call and knots up this match at a game apiece. But it's a little different when you spun the ball. Lost my rubber.
Not even going there, George.
It fell off in mid-stroke. Hiya, Rick.
Hey, George, how you doing?
Okay, you had a nice event. Got a little chilled by a couple things, but for a guy that said he wasn't playing much, you acquitted yourself well down here.
Thanks. Yeah, I haven't been playing quite as much lately. Just a couple league matches a week and working.
Well, until they can find enough events that.
Man, Shaun is breaking the ball so good.
Last night he was breaking in 3, 4, 5 balls. He broke in 3 that time, and that was been about his norm. Once he broke in 5 balls, and 4 of them were one group, and he was straight in on another one. It was like you just slap him away for $10 or $20 if you're gambling.
Yeah. That's where I struggled this week. I didn't break the balls very good at all. Put myself in a couple tough spots.
I like him playing that ball on the side, unless it goes past. Yeah. That's a money shot right there.
Save the 9 ball to get on the 8.
Yes, sir.
Simple combination there. You can play either the combination now, or that's what he's going to do.
He's gonna sweep back to this. Oh, that was just weird what he did there. He kind of crushed that ball. Didn't make much sense to me.
Yeah, I think I'd have just hit that ball time inside and came back out.
Yeah, just played the rail ball that's still there in the same general location. Now I don't think he can hit anything. I think he's hooked on this stripe ball down here. It's hard to see the colors. I know it's a 12 or 13. Yeah, it's a 12.
I think he's hooked on all of them. I don't even think he can see the outside edge of the 9.
He might have to call that flu and cold thing called airborne.
Yeah, he could definitely jump the 9 in and try to come around 2 rails, get good on the 13 and get on the 12.
Looks
Yeah.
like Dave White and Scott Haas are going to hook up in that third and fourth round to expedite things a little bit. Loser of this match will face the survivor of that match. And the beat goes on. Well, he made that shot, and he's going to
Probably played a 12 off the rail here. Try to come out far enough to see the 9 ball.
might have to. He's got to almost play into the gap. Well, here he's going to have to. Now he's going to have to check the wind currents, I believe, over that 3 ball. See if there's a crosswind or a nor'easter blowing.
Yeah, he's going to have to take to the air here.
Yeah, and there's, as the old saying goes, crosswind and backstretch. For those of you that occasionally like to improve the thoroughbred breed.
I'll tell you, I've seen Shaun make his balls a whole lot of times when it matters. So
He's in line, too, if he makes it.
yeah, all he's got to do is just play to make the ball. Just got to get it down. I want to try to get the cue ball down early here.
I think he's about 55-45 favorite to make it.
Yeah.
I might give him an ever so slight edge.
It's never a kick in when you're dropping the ball, though.
No. He never got over the 3 ball.
That's because he was trying to get it down quick.
It was a tough shot, so Mr. Blackburn has a chance to.
Those are the things that are really tough to do when you're playing this format. When you break the balls that good, you've got to win. You've got to win on your break.
This is just made to order here.
Yeah, nothing fancy. Just stop, shoot, stop. Just cut the 3 in and get straight in on the 8.
That'll be around the first or second diamond. Right.
Look at that, George. You called it.
Well, I've watched and participated in enough pocket billiards. That's an angle I could spot. But with Blackburn's ahead 2 games to 1. This is Wilkie losing on a break shot like that is too bad. He got careless on their combination, I think, and just slapped it instead of doing what you might have thought. What you said, Rick, was to play the ball smooth and play shape to that rail ball and just leave things be instead of running into things.
Yeah, I don't understand why he did that there. I mean, if worst case, he still had the 9 ball up there and then you can get on the 8 ball from these balls. This is a mental lapse, I think. Happens to all of us, even the greats do it.
Yes, sir. Okay, well, Blackburn's on the break. His break has been good, but it isn't up to the Wilkie's break. Because he'll do it his way. He broke dry. These balls are attractive in any fashion. Seven one. 6-4. Oh, this looks like a.
Shaun's in a pretty good spot here.
Well, he has a natural shot off of that 4 ball to get into the garden spot. A little inside to hold his angle a little bit.
I think what he'll do here is shoot the 4 ball to try to shoot the 5 in and roll up and just shoot the 3 down in the other corner. Hold the cue ball for the 8.
Well, you see, if he plays a little pinch, he should have just about a straight in shot on the 5, like that.
Yep.
Going 2 rails was risky because you could sweep real wide on it if it got. Oh, he hit that in a quick stroke.
Guess he's going to play it in the side now. I don't like what he did there. These valleys are real easy to cheat the pockets. Just hit that ball kind of full.
Sure.
Into the diamond, and then you're right there on the 3.
You see, he's so used to playing on these unforgiving diamonds that he might have just been an automatic pilot there and forgot that he has about a 9-inch pocket to shoot at. He could hit way up short. He's just good enough, but he had to send that cue ball. This isn't the shot he wanted on the 8.
No, not at all. And even on the diamond, you just roll the 5 ball and take a lot less angle. Good shot, Shaun.
Yes, indeed. 2 apiece.
Made it a little tougher than he had to.
Yes, he
can
did.
get right back on serve here if it comes off with another one of those breaks.
No, you can't blame that on the table. That was.
No, it ain't the table. The table's playing good. It plays a little quirky. It's a little fast. That's kind of what got me there. That last break, before I broke, I should have won. Ran out there easy, but I've just played the ball a little different. But, just because the rail's coming a little hot.
This David White is won about 9 matches, it seems like, on the loser's side. He lost, I believe, the second round, and he's trundled up from the loser's side from like 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon, pretty much.
Yeah, he's been grinding. I think I like Scott in this match.
Yeah.
I've had to play Scott a whole bunch of times. It's just tough.
He's a good player.
He plays well. He's got a lot of fight.
I remember Scott when he was a young man in southern Pennsylvania.
You look like Frank Sinatra. Look at his face. Frank Sinatra.
We got one of our lights out guys over here doing his little Frank Sinatra imitation.
Well, if you just hit him harder, you see, he just kind of soft breaks those balls,
Yeah, just hits him a little bit, about 25% or so. He's breaking them really good here. I mean, you got to try to take the low balls, obviously. Whatever you take, you got a little work to do.
Well, the low balls aren't necessarily the prize because the ace is tied up on the 11.
Yeah, it looks like it is, but you might be able to play the 1 off the 14 and just clear that whole pocket. Come into the back of it.
That's a good call. He's sure got. That's what he's just looking at now.
That's his only trouble ball if you take the low balls the other way. Well, the other way it's just a 10 ball. You can get into them too.
He might even be able to spin this ball across the face of it and into that 11-1 and complete this coup d'etat, if that's what he's going to do.
I don't like shooting a 3 ball here.
No, I don't either. He looked like he played shape on the 1. But he's back to being in line again. 6 is a key ball.
Had to catch a piece of the 14 there.
He's going to bank it, and he's got a big pocket. Trouble is his cue ball is on the Berserko side here.
Yeah, the best he can hope for there is when he hits this bank, hit it with a little bit low outside and try to shoot the gap between the 12 and the 13 coming off that second rail, what he's looking at right there. Maybe get to where he can make it in the side.
See, the thing is banking this ball and it goes off the 11. It doesn't really solve his problem. because the 11 will still be tying around the 1.
No, he made the 1 already. That's the 9 ball there.
Oh, it's the 9. Well,
Oh,
thank you.
He's shooting the 6s. Not sure what he's trying to do here. The other option is to maybe bank the 4 on the side. And you got either corner pocket to shoot the 6 in, but he's got something up his sleeve. I don't know what it is. Maybe just to get a better angle to bank the 4 and use it to get on the 8.
Tough proposition, though. He's didn't play so good here, you know. But that happens. That's all part of the law averages. He might be going into the 8. But I doubt it. He wants to keep the 8 where it is. Well,
Yeah, I don't know what.
James has the 11 ball. I think he can slice the 11 and don't have to deal with a 9 even.
I don't know what the thought process was there.
I don't either.
The 11 and 9's no problem. The 11 goes right in. He might play to try to bank his ball early while the 14 still blocking the hole there. I think he played at 13 or 12 to get a good angle on the 10 to bank the 10 early. Well, you got a little bit of protection. You know, the 6 ball's not in the best of places either. Just be aggressive here and bank the 10, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going the other way. Maybe he's going to use it now. Just didn't like the angle.
He could play the high right and try to go into the 10
Yeah, see, I would have banked. Yeah, that's an option too.
because he's got a hanger in that corner pocket where the other. He tried to do something with it.
That's a good shot.
He's in business.
Yeah, he should be out from here.
Oh boy.
Got away with it.
He did, but he didn't. The speed of this angle looks like that he's going to, unless he's got the.
Just cut the 9 ball right up there, then.
But the cue ball's headed to the rail.
You can beat that, I think, pretty easy. Just hit it a little easy, then cut the 14 in and spin it over 10 ball, 8 ball. We'll see what he does here, though.
Yeah.
I don't jack up here. That works.
Oh boy, he hit that ball good.
Yes, he did.
Because that had a pretty nice angle on it too. That wasn't like it was a. That's stylish in its own right, going 2 cushions on the inside. I know that's a shot you like.
Yeah.
I do too. That's a beautiful mid-table wrap shot.
I like to play the rails when I can.
Yeah.
The second rail lets you do. You know, you can slow the cue ball up or speed it up, whatever.
When I was growing up playing this game, we were playing on all this backcloth slow tables, and we had to use the cushions were actually faster. Those on Gold Crowns, they were super speed K66s. When the Gold Crown 3s came out 30 years ago or more, they had softer, more springy rails, and that's why they developed the Simonis the 860. So the good players like you guys could get around the table because the cloths were too slow.
You know, there's 2 theories of that. I mean, if you put some of today's players on some of that backed cloth, I think they'd be in trouble. I don't think they'd have enough stroke.
You're right.
I learned how to play on that stuff. Shaun and I at my dad's cap stand at Havity Grace, and we had an 8-foot table and a 7-foot table, and there was still the nappy stuff back then. And there's something to be said for it. I mean, it develops good, solid mechanics.
Exactly. I grew up on those gold crowns in the pool rooms in the early mid-'60s. Same thing. But you had to play a different style of game with bigger angles to play
Yeah.
9-ball, move the cue ball. I mean, now it's a little different. They straightened out the rails on the gold crowns, and ultimately the tables got to be rocket tables where you could draw the ball anywhere almost.
Yeah, I still prefer the big table. On the big table, I prefer to play on the gold crowns. I prefer to play on a nice, on a well-done gold crown that's tightened up, 4-inch, 4 1/4 pockets or something, and where the angle's changed, where they're not quite so loose. Make you hit them in the middle and smooth out.
I've got a table in my house. It's a 1963, an original, and the legs are still. You have to shim the slates, and but I have mine. I have students that come in there, and I don't want to have them get frustrated. I give them a table like the table at large, with 4 3/4 pockets in the corners. Still plays reasonably tight, but nothing like.
Like that table we used to play on at Trevor's. In the middle, that table was tight. You had to play smooth to get out on that table.
Trouble with all that was that he didn't have that many units to be able to afford to have a trick table like that. So, but Trevor, I saw him at some place at a tournament, and he's doing well. I think he's selling real estate or something after he closed up the pool room. That place I opened, the place he was in 1975, 76. That was the place I taught my first pool. And
when it was Johnny C's.
Before that, it was called Texas Q Lounge. Before it was Johnny C's.
Gotcha.
Johnny C changed the name in the mid-'80s after he got clear of the late Nick Frank, the Greek vendor, vending machine guy. John was the only operator that Nick never broke. He broke every operator that came in there because Nick owned the building, and as soon as the place went good, Nick would raise the rent. And
yeah.
Eventually, he just squeezed all the life out of all these people. This James is a very solid, competent player.
Yes, he is.
Let's see if I don't know what he can do here. It almost looks like he could play up. No, I like him to try to come and off the inside of the 1 ball and come in and fade between the 8 and 10. That would be the magical mystery tour. But that might be his only out because he can't get in there. What great songs. We went from Frank Sinatra to this.
He's got a little work to do here on his 10 ball.
You see what I'm saying? He missed it deliberately, I think. But that's dangerous in a match like this.
I think he might have been trying to play it off the 10, maybe.
Yeah. And I never even considered it.
It's a little far away from the pocket for that, but I think he might have been trying to play it off the 10. Again, you can do some things on these valleys that you can't on the diamonds.
Yeah.
But I have to say, these are some of the better playing valley tables I've played on. The tables here, it's a nice room.
That's a hell of a nice room.
Room's nice and clean, 20-some bar tables. And they all played pretty good.
Well, yeah. And, yeah, the people are nice, service is great. Bill and Mike, the two owners, are great. We might be back here again in the fall in the October slot. We don't know yet.
I'll definitely try to make it. Good shot, Shaun. Yeah, you almost got to shoot the 5 ball here now and come out far enough to shoot the 7. Can shoot the 7 now, and then you're just gonna or play the 5-2 rails to get behind the 1 or something like that, or use the 3 ball to get to it.
Is the 7 his access ball to the 8 on the short side?
I think the 10's got him blocked up. He can do the same thing with the 1. He can shoot the 7 now, 5-3, come over on the short side of the 1 and roll it up. Let's see what he does.
Playing for the 1 ball. Looks like that's what he's going to do. Going to get to the 3 and get across where he can get straight in on the 7. Oh, not on the rail though. He's all right. He's just going to land on the rail.
Yeah, I think he's going to try to lay this ball on the rail.
What?
I don't know. It's jacked up. I don't know what he's doing here.
Going to go 2 rails to it.
Now this shot can get a little. This one here can get a little funny.
He's going to play the high left and try to come across right back to where the 7 is. I think he could have done that better with being straight in. But now he's going to have to come across 1, 2, and maybe almost touch the 3rd cushion. And miss the ball. That was what he was trying to. Left and out too. That's a brutal game there.
I don't know that you needed to put much inside English on that ball. I think just the speed. I think just going back over on that side of the table and just take your shot on the 8.
I wasn't saying a lot, Rick. I was saying, just like a neutralizer. Just a quarter, half tip maybe at most.
Yeah, he went a good bit. He went a good bit outside on the ball.
I think this looks like a runner and a gunner.
Yeah, 10 ball goes behind the 7 for sure. He's got to make a good shot here.
He's gonna draw it to the.
Yep. Uh-oh. He's still good.
You get double kissed back.
Just draw it off the 8 ball here.
8 might double kiss him backwards.
It could, but even if that happens, he's all right.
This is a real critical, touchy shot in this match at 3-2, and a match like this, a race to 6. A lot riding on this. Winner is in the finals, and loser has to play an extra match. Oh, yeah.
Well, that's not what he wanted to do.
This is one, where we might, the 3 foul rule comes into play, maybe. Maybe not in this, but sometimes have you ever seen stalemated games?
I have.
And that was just to help expedite this a little bit, that they
after
3
so
fouls.
many shots.
Yeah, because in other words, the guy that makes a good hit loses the game, and that's.
It's going to be hard to play it safe here. James could just play the 8 into the 7 and try to leave the 8 on the rail and the cue ball, under it just a hair, and leave Shaun
a kick.
Something real funky, either a kick or
nothing.
Yeah, I mean, if he hits it just right and can get the cue to land on top of the 8, Shaun's in trouble.
tough shot here, Rick. I don't know. About anything in the world might happen from here.
Yeah, I think I like just making the ball and trying to leave the cue ball on top of it. Like, I don't know what else to do here.
Right.
I really don't.
He's calling it in the side.
He's playing at it.
Well, that way he's going to create it. No,
I was
he's
gonna say,
going
you're
two
almost better
rails.
two rail it.
Because he's going to leave Shaun on the cushion up top, and if it misses, it goes up table, and he's going to make Shaun make a ball to beat him.
I think you can do that with the 8-ball. I mean, I don't know how much I like this shot, but it's better than trying to bank it one round.
Oh, he's sold out.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem.
It was a 3-railer. Three apiece. Our sponsors here for Action Pool Tour. The gentlemen are getting ready to take a short break here. Our sponsors include Q Sports International, the owners of the BCA pool leagues, the American Billiard Clubs. We played that American rotation. That was a good game, Rick.
I love that game. That game actually did wonders for me when we were playing that league there.
There's some good players there too.
Yeah.
A lot of good players.
Yeah,
It was a good one, the Trevors. That was a good.
yes, it was. And when you play that game a lot, and you go to play 9-ball and even 10-ball, especially 9-ball, it just looks so easy. You know, like you got tons of room to work on that all of a sudden. That American rotation is a really good game.
It also gets you playing finer paths and routes to balls.
Your cue ball gets way better real fast.
Yes, sir. I loved it too. A terrific game. Additionally, beside Q Sports International, they also hold the big BCA tournament every year. And at the Rio lately, they've had 10,000 people show up and descend on the desert like locusts or jackals or something.
Now we got Shaun coming back here.
But they also are North American distributors of Magic Racks, and those are good for the equipment, that's for sure. I have one in my basement in 4 years since I had my table recovered. It doesn't get commercial use, but it gets decent use, and still no pock marks in the rack.
Yeah, I don't mind the Magic Rack. I don't like it playing 9-ball on the bar table. I just think it makes the game way too easy.
It's
I like it for 10-ball on all the tables.
Sure. Well, the Magic Rack comes in, with the 9-10 ball rack as well as the full pack in their packaging, and
it's crazy because you see every pool player complain about getting the balls tight, and that Magic Rack makes them all tight, and then they complain that the balls are going in too easy on the break. There's just been so much. There's just nothing.
I'll tell you what I advocate. Like this thing that just whirls around and just spits the balls on the table. Nobody breaks anymore, and you step up and play them as they lie. And nobody's racking the balls. It's all like going to Atlantic City and the shoe.
Yeah.
No skullduggery with the racks, because they're those boys that can subtly twist them.
There's just too much of that now.
In the Billiard Digest this last month, they've had a big article on that with interviewing Joe Tucker.
Yeah, well, until they make until the game in general gets its stuff together, and there's one set of rules, one set of equipment, and one set of that you play by. It's just going to be.
What's that? Oh. Okay. Well, he took stripes. Well, Rayman has offered his opinion on the sideline, and I respect his opinion, but he's a little wrong on this ball. Now he's just gonna bump the 4 ball and stay on the 15, but he might go on the top side of it. No, he's good.
He hit that one real good.
That was over in the blink of an eye. We were just talking about magic racks, and he was out in a conversation that took about 45 seconds. But,
Kids breaking the ball's great, man. Just breaking. I mean, that break is just devastating.
Yeah. But even last night, I noticed that he was actually having his cue ball kicked up top, because when he breaks him, even parking it in the center, that just rush of balls always seems to push him up top where that cue ball is now, and several of those balls, most of them are going in up top there. They're not necessarily going in down low, and he had some tricky shots off of his break, even though he made several balls. I've been watching every break that was hit here this weekend.
Yeah, it's tough to really get the cue ball to sit. Playing 8-ball or so many balls,
Something's going to interfere with it.
Yeah, you're almost bound and determined to get kicked.
You got kicked in once at a critical time yourself, and it's just
dry once.
It's just a game. Like 4 balls were all hanging over the hole. That one game that they had three solids and 1 stripe, or vice versa, that were all like in the hole or within an inch.
Yeah.
Well, let's see now if James can answer the call here. David White and Scott Haas are battling on the adjacent table.
Yeah, I wish we could see the score there. I have to say I'm kind of pulling for Scott.
Oh, yeah, Scott. David just is just a local guy from around here who's real deceptive, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're old and have silver hair and still don't need glasses, that's usually what my dad warned me about around pool rooms anyway.
Definitely a plus.
Yeah. That's the only thing left on me that didn't go to hell in a handbasket was my vision.
Sean's trying to figure out what to do here. Sometimes playing the 8-ball on the bar table, that first shot's so important.
Oh yeah, I think he plays the solids with heavy heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a deuce in the rack there in front of those 3 stripes.
Yeah, you gotta worry about the 7-ball too.
Yeah.
Good shot, Shaun.
He got on the deuce.
I'll probably try to roll it to play the 4 in the side. Maybe spin it up to shoot the 3 or the 5, I guess.
But he doesn't have any aggressive play on the 4 to go up table that I could necessarily see. But he has to shoot the 2. He'll never get a better shot than that. And then get the 4 out of there no matter what.
You know, it looks like he might have the angle where he can stun the cue ball into the 13 and cut the 4 right here in this corner.
All right.
He shoots a
I
shot.
think that's what he's doing.
No,
He's
he
going
went
to get on the 7. I guess he's going to roll to the 7 off the 3.
Yeah, I don't know if I like leaving the 4 for last.
No,
I guess he must feel like he can get a good angle on it, cut it in the side, and then play the 8 in the opposite side or even the corner behind the 10.
he might end up just he's going to come off 1 reel. I think his angle is good to come out about 2 to 3 balls off of that cushion and no more. He's getting his line of sight and looking at about 3 balls off the cushion, I'd say. He would like to have been going forward a little more than to the side.
Yeah, now he's going to have to juice this ball up a little bit, I think. I don't know if he's going to try to go up and shoot it in the side, or if he's going to try to come in on the short side and shoot it in the corner.
3 balls.
Looks like he's played the gap.
He's perfect. That's what I was thinking. The gap, and
Wow.
he was getting, that was where he was getting his line of sight. Now he'll flop to the 8 in the corner up there where the 10 is, or the side.
Wow.
Nice
Great
out.
shot from the 7 to the 4. Great shot.
Wilkie on the hill, 5 games to 3.
Well, now you got him breaking.
Ooh,
He's been breaking the balls really good.
I might almost have to, if he breaks them good this time, I might have to unload my utterance, which is the condemned man ate a hearty meal.
That was me the last rack of my set when I broke dry.
Yes, indeed. I think I said that too. I said, or I can hear the tumbrils going up the streets of gay Paris, those horse-drawn wagons to the guillotine. You know, through the narrow streets, and you're getting all this abuse along the way.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's like. Every ball goes down, it's like getting hit with a rock.
Yeah, it's getting abused. But he hits him so weak, you know.
I don't see him letting off any this time.
No, he's going to cut loose. Look at that, almost all those balls upstream. Look at that, but his cue ball got kicked down.
You got to play the high balls here.
Oh yeah.
It might not even matter what you play here, honestly, if the 7 ball goes, but I think that's what he's looking. I mean, you can just do anything you want with the stripes, pretty much. He can roll this cue ball down, shoot the 11, and roll down and get on the underside of the 9, or just get down and shoot the 12 and roll it over. Yeah, I like that pattern too, Shaun. 12, 13, 9, 10, 15, 8.
12, 13, 9, 15, 8 after the 11. This is the only thing with the 11 is that he's drifting ever so slightly into those 3 balls. He might play the combo.
I don't like that shot.
You know, the 11, he's headed into like the 5, 6.
I think he can beat it. I mean, you can shoot this ball fairly straight, and it's going to go.
Well, but you can miss. You got to miss it on the rail side, which carries him over farther. where he jacks up and plays the 11 to this ball down low here.
Yeah, looking at changing his mind now.
It's like being in.
It's torture sometimes.
Yes, it is.
Or you just play it real easy and shoot the 15 next and draw your cue ball down there. As long as you get over on the other side of the 8 between the 6 and the 4, you don't have no trouble. Yeah, I knew he could beat that ball. Oh, he's going to play the combination.
Just don't brush the 7 into the 9. He shouldn't. It looks like it's about head on. Oh,
good shot.
He's golden now.
Might want to shoot the 10 ball now. That works. Yep. Just pinch it and come up. Draw this ball back a couple inches.
He'll play a little running left maybe and go 2 cushions. No, he drew it. You're a good call. He that was his first thought was to go that, but he was too flat. Uh-oh. A little.
There we go.
And Shaun Wilkie takes down Mr. James Blackburn by the score of 6-3. Again, our sponsors include Predator Cues and Products, Viking Cues, Simonis Cloth, Aramith Balls, Kamui Products, OzoneBilliards.com, Diamond Products, Diamond Billiards in Midlothian, Virginia, home of the Rayman's Pro Shop.
The best in the world.
Yes, and the best in the world, he declares. Tiger Products, Hasselman and Hunt Family Dentistry.
Yeah, Rayman does all right work.
Yes, he does.
He's pretty good.